Same for XRP to Cardano. We have a very strong relationship there, and I'd like to see XRP DeFi onto Cardano because that's like over $140 billion of value. And
I'd probably pick XRP. I think that Garlinghouse is a lot more political gravitas than Hoskinson, Cardano.
We want to make sure that when it is launched, it's a success. So we have to really make sure that there is no hiccup, no problem in the handling of this digital currency.
If really we went big into stablecoin in this country, what effect could that have on the strength of the dollar? Because people might have to hold dollars in order to match against it.
I find it funny because Bitcoin maxis sometimes tweet at me about altcoins, and they're like, "Yeah, they're all securities, and we want you to regulate them into the ground."
No, they're both piece of dog shit, but like, if I'm gonna pick one, it's Ripple.
They try to shake me out, but I was born ready. Dropping down the price, then I be getting plenty. They want all your bags, and they want all them empty.
If you got a baggie, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock News. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra foolishness. Shout out to the latest sub. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in. Don't forget to drop an elbow from the top ropes on the likey button. We got XRP currently around $2.26. Quick video for today. I'm gonna be heading down to XRP Las Vegas. We got Riz XRP to pop things off. Are we witnessing the 1700 NDA slowly coming alive? Bank XRP. Webus International Limited announces to US $300 million strategic financing plan for XRP blockchain integration and renews nationwide partnership with Tongcheng Travel. Webus International $300 million XRP. Well, insider Justin, Webus International Limited buys up to $300 million worth of XRP to establish strategic reserve, develop infrastructure, and accelerate global expansion initiatives. Paul Barron says Webus International Limited, NASDAQ, a provider of AI-driven mobility solutions specializing in premium chauffeur services, announced a potential $300 million strategic financial plan to integrate XRP blockchain technology for global payment solutions and renewed its nationwide partnership. We got one from CoinDesk. XRP Army is truly global as the CME data reveals nearly half of the XRP futures trading occurs in non-US hours. XRP. Welcome to the mass adoption of the XRP ledger. Cryptos RS. I'd like to see XRP DeFi to Cardano. That's like over 140 billion of value, and they don't have smart contracts.
So when we look at the competitive landscape, I say, okay, where is going to be the big growth in terms of TVL transaction volume and overall utilization of these networks? It's going to be Bitcoin DeFi, and it's going to be real world assets. Those are the two things that are just going to be huge. So Bitcoin DeFi is 4 times larger at its peak than Solana and Ethereum combined, like the whole market caps combined, if you think about the ratios. So because of Taproot, it's starting to turn on, and you need companion compute layers like Stacks or Cardano or these things to be able to run all those transactions that are secured by Bitcoin. And what's nice is if you put them together in just the right way, we'll see a larger and larger amount of TVL coming from that side. Same for XRP to Cardano. We have a very strong relationship there, and I'd like to see XRP DeFi onto Cardano because that's like over $140 billion of value, and they don't have smart contracts.
Right.
A lot of things, you have to understand like what is unique and what's commoditizable. So you have a lot of people that, oh, we do this much TPS and we do that and that. I don't care how big you think your dick is, guys. It's like in 1836 months, people are going to copy it. So differentiating features are things that you can't copy paste. You can't copy paste good governance. You can't copy paste stability and reliability. You can't copy paste a good community. You can't copy paste network effect in real world use cases that the network is being utilized for.
You can't copy and paste the ripple effect. The snowball is in full motion. We got Jack McDonald, RLUSD, stablecoin. Crypto Insight UK, aggressive XRP move. Now loading. Next moonshot. Bank XRP Ripple. Tokenizing real estate on the XRP ledger.
So tokenization is really just the digital representation of something in the real world in a digital format. In this case, we're talking about the blockchain. So taking something in the real world, it could be anything. It could be equity, it could be something that you own, it could be a certain privilege like the ability to vote, and taking that entity or aspect that's off-chain and bringing it onto the blockchain and representing it in a digital format. So typically, once you have an understanding of what you would like to represent, you'll use an existing standard such as ERC20 on Ethereum or an IOU-like fungible token on the XRP ledger, and you'll actually take that real-world thing and represent it on the blockchain. Now, why do you want to do that? What's the purpose of just tokenizing something for the sake of it? There isn't one. So effectively, after you've tokenized it, you want to go ahead and do something with it. You want to send it as a payment, or you want to trade it or collateralize it so you can access a loan and use one of the many advantages of tokenizing real things on the blockchain.
Riz XRP, Bitcoin, Maxis.
Arthur, degen with me a little bit here. Next question is, if you had to pick in 2025, XRP or Cardano?
Ooh, I'd probably pick XRP. I think that Garlinghouse is a lot more political gravitas than Hoskinson, Cardano.
So you think he's in the trenches, in the White House trenches, and he's got the kid? You say yes?
Yeah, he's got more juice than Cardano. No,
Also,
they're both piece of dog shit, but like if I'm gonna pick one, it's Ripple.
Gosh,
Mr. Man XRP, here is your timeline for the digital euro as stated by Christine Lagarde. Timeline October 2025. Pilot phase not until 2027.
Good question. We want to make sure that when it is launched, it's a success. So we have to really make sure that there is no hiccup, no problem in the handling of this digital currency, number one. Number two, we need the support of the European Parliament, which has to vote a piece of legislation to actually establish the digital euro. We should be technically ready ourselves in October this year. Yeah, and we would be ready to launch for a 2 years pilot to make sure that everything works fine, and then we can launch across the euro area.
Tony Edwards, Thinking Crypto podcast confirmed trillions coming to crypto.
Treasuries.
Well,
if really we went big into stablecoin in this country, what effect could that have on the strength of the dollar? Because people might have to hold dollars in order to match against it, or even for treasuries.
Well, we are going big on digital assets. So Trump administration has made digital assets a priority. Past administration starved and almost made extinct a lot of these companies and pushed it offshore. So what we want to do is apply the highest U.S. regulatory and AML standards to digital assets, especially stable coins. And I've seen estimates that just over the short term, stable coins could create $2 trillion of demand for U.S. treasuries and treasury bills. To put that in context, the number is probably about $300 billion right now.
DAI translation, your Bitcoin regulatory monopoly is over. Time to compete on a level playing field the way it should have been from the start. Commissioner Hester Peirce, Crypto Mom, speaks on the freedom ethos of Bitcoin.
I find it funny because Bitcoin maxis sometimes tweet at me about altcoins, and they're like, yeah, they're all securities and we want you to regulate them into the ground. And then I say, come on, the ethos underlying Bitcoin is an ethos of freedom, of people making their own decisions about how they want to store value and how they want to transfer value from one to another. And so keep an open mind in terms of letting other people make decisions about what they want to do with their money, and don't look to government to try to get rid of altcoins, right? That isn't the freedom ethos we have. You might disagree with someone else's decisions, and that's great and that's fine, and you can have those conversations. But I think it's really important for us to maintain an environment in which people are free to make their own choices, even ones that I wouldn't agree with, that you wouldn't agree with, and then bear the consequences of those decisions and learn from that. And I think that's what has made, again, what's made this country what it is giving people the choice to live their own lives without having someone tell them, no, that's not smart for you to buy, or it's not good for you to be in the casino, right? I mean, that's people's choice.
Meanwhile, a lot of fun going around about Zebek. They're calling it a scam, but the Zebek rocket ship keeps rising. And taking a look at XRP here compared with our previous Moonshot 2 move in 2017, 2018 is June when we boom, TikTok, And we got Dark Defender XRP forming another wave structure in the weekly time frame, creating the upcoming surge to $23. The new wave structure aligns with our previous targets and our historical pattern in November of 2024. XRP in the new weekly time frame aims for $18.22 to $23.20 in the short term. 585 will be remembered as the mid target. Not much left for these. As we said just before the move in November, remember and enjoy your day. And the longer they take, the higher we keep climbing on that XRP rich list. 4 of those bags beat when that regulation jar molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed. We'll catch you up here on the mothership. I am the XRP bagman, the Moon Commander, BYOB. Bring your own bags, be your own bank, be your own boss. Don't forget to drop an elbow from the top ropes on the likey button. See you at the tippy top. Later, glitches.
Later, glitches.
Staring out my window, I got the formula, stacked them bags up and simple, and wait until we explode. I'll meet you at the disco, we just getting started like an intro. 589 the numbers, please, please call our bingo.